Hi, everyone. So I'd like to do a collective reading to try to capture the energy that will be around us for the month of November. And so I thought doing a 12 house spread would probably be the best way to try to capture all the different aspects of our life and what we can expect in the month of November. So we're starting with Queen of Pentacles, Two of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and this is the Emperor. And I'm using the transparent tarot, by the way. So these are our first 6 houses, and we'll keep going. So this is the 8 of Pentacles, the World, 5 of Pentacles. There's a lot of Pentacles in this reading. Page of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, and the Devil. So I really like that we have this Queen of Pentacles showing up in your first house because this is you. You are showing up as a Queen of Pentacles in this reading. So it feels like you are in a very solid and stable position right now. Perhaps you're nurturing others. You could be nurturing yourself. Sometimes my Queen of Pentacles is the card of mother. So you could be a parent or you could be taking care of other people, but you're certainly taking care of yourself. And this is a very solid and stable energy that you're showing up in the first house. So it's a really great way to start this reading. But then we have it being clarified by the 6 of Swords. So you may be feeling like it's time to escape something, that you may have found the grounding within yourself, or perhaps you have done so much work on yourself now, you've nurtured yourself, you've done the healing, that now you feel strong enough to perhaps escape something. So I like reading the houses this way. I like reading house 1 with house 7 because I feel like they offset each other. It's just my way of reading. So in case you're wondering why I skipped to house 7 next, that's why. So, but it feels like in your house of balance, this 8 of Pentacles is kind of confirming or reinforcing that you've been doing the work on getting that yin and that yang part of yourself balanced. Because once you can balance out your own energies and get that into alignment and heal those things, then it can be time to really move on to the next thing. And I'm seeing that with the World here, but we're not going to get to this just yet, but the World is in your 8th house, which is your house of transformation. So this is all perfectly lining up to tell the story of what's going on with you, that you felt like you've done so much work that you're kind of seizing this moment to move away from something because you've done a lot of healing, you've done a lot of work. Then we have Temperance clarifying this 7th house. So this again is this feeling of peace that's coming over you that will come with this 6 of Swords, that once you escape whatever this situation is, whatever you have outgrown, whatever you are moving away from, it's because you've grown, it's because you've leveled up, it's because you've wrapped something up, it's because you've been working really hard on untying that karmic spaghetti. In the house of resources, you have the 2 of Swords. So it feels like you are at a crossroads, perhaps when it comes to your money, perhaps the way you make money. You could be a bit stuck and not really knowing what to do next. But the 2 of Swords is always about using your intuition and your intellect to solve a problem. So it's a slow moving energy in that sense that it feels stuck because you're trying to reconcile what maybe your head and your heart are telling you, or maybe what your intuition and your intellect are telling you, that there's something at odds with this 2 of Swords about what to do with your resources, how to make your resources. This could be any number of assets. It can be a home, it could be a business, it can be a job, but something that you're making a serious decision about in this 2nd house. But it's being clarified by the 3 of Wands. So there could be this energy where you're just waiting because you anticipate something coming in. So if you're waiting for a new job, if you're waiting for a new home, if you're waiting for some kind of payout for something, you could just be biding your time right now and waiting for that to come in because I can see that you're really anticipating this thing coming in. The reason I like to read the second and the eighth house together is because the second house is the house of resources, but the eighth house is your transformation. So, how do you use those resources to help benefit your spiritual growth, or how to help that move forward your spiritual growth? And we have the world. So, I do feel like something is coming in. The universe often provides us with resources just at the right time so that we can push our spiritual agenda forward. And it feels like that's what it's like. You have this deep knowing, this Two of Swords energy, this very intuitive knowing that something is coming in with the Three of Wands, and that's going to help wrap up this transformation. It fits very nicely with the work you've done on yourself, the peace, the inner peace, the balance that you're making with, as we said, your yin and your yang energy, that you're now leveling up and you're escaping something, you're moving something forward. And it really has to do with your spiritual growth. This is being clarified by the Five of Wands. So that's what you're wrapping up. You're wrapping up some kind of competition, some kind of unrest that maybe in the past you may have engaged in petty arguments or engaged in gossip or competition, but now you're saying, no, I've grown past that. I've grown past whatever this particular conflict was for me. I'm in alignment now, and going back to this petty nonsense would throw me out of alignment. And so that's why I feel like this is all fitting together very nicely, that this is you really just doing the work, untying that karmic spaghetti and understanding that good things are coming in, and there's a strong level up here too. So the third house in your house of sharing is the Ten of Pentacles. So this is still giving this energy that you are very, very stable right now. You can't get more stable than the Ten of Pentacles. So it's like, you know that you're supported one way or another. The resources are here, more resources are coming. And this is just about, the Ten of Pentacles can really be about taking care of yourself too, with a strong stability. But I'm also getting that it feels like you're taking care of other people. Perhaps you're taking care of children. We did start with the Queen of Pentacles. There's a King of Pentacles coming down the pike here too. So I feel like there is a strong sense of community that's around you in your everyday life, and that you take care of them, but they take care of you as well. And that's coming through with the Ace of Swords. So this is clarifying that you're with the right people. This is your truth. This Ace is pointing this Ace of Swords is pointing right at this support system here. So it feels like you're in the right place. You perhaps have escaped whatever this old situation was with the Five of Wands, a combative situation. You've done the healing work, and now you're really only focusing on your transformation and the people who really support you, the people who make you feel stable and cared for. And it's mutual. The Ten of Pentacles is a mutual feeling of being supported, but also being supportive. And so then in the house of purpose, we have the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like you're still struggling to figure out your place in the world. So in your everyday community, you feel very accepted, but when you try to bring out your purpose or whatever it is you're trying to bring out into the world, it feels like you're being rejected, or there's some kind of a non-understanding of what you're doing. So a lot of time when we do the healing work and we try to progress our purpose forward and we try to progress our spiritual path, we run into a lot of roadblocks, and it may be that you're standing in your own way. So for example, let me just make a randomly wild example, but if this was about you doing the work on yourself, you finding that you don't want to be in this, let's say, combative job anymore, you don't want to be working with these toxic coworkers anymore, and so that's why you had to wrap this up, and the universe provided you with enough resources for you to be able to quit that job for now. But now it's like, okay, but what do I do? What's my purpose? Maybe I want to be a Reiki healer. Maybe I want to write a screenplay. Whatever that is that you want to bring to the world, because it's the reason you're here, you're finding it hard to find what exactly that is. But this is coming in with the Nine of Cups. So this tells me that you know what that is. You know what makes you happy. So the question to you is then, why are you standing in your own way? So it feels like there's a rough patch right now when it comes to putting your purpose, your true passion out into the world. but it feels to me like you know exactly what it is. So to use the example of, let's say, the Reiki healer, that it's the thing that makes you feel the most alive. You know you're a good healer. You know you can help people. You know you can help humanity. But you may be resisting putting it out there because you're worried that it's going to be rejected, or you're worried that people aren't going to understand what it is that you're doing. So it's something like that. So put it in your context, in your story. But that's what the cards are saying. That's kind of the summary of what's happening in these cards. So then in the house of home, you have a King of Pentacles. So this is, again, supporting this idea that you have highly supportive people around you, maybe in your home, in your inner circle. This is an abundance of people, or at least one person who has an abundance of support that they want to give to you. And this is someone who is as solidly entrenched in this as you are. So it feels like a happy home, a solid home, children, family members. Make this make sense for you and your situation, but your home life looks really great. And there's a Queen of Wands here too. So when I'm seeing 2 court cards in the home, this is just telling me that you do have a good support system. It's more than one person. It's children, it's friends, it's roommates, it's siblings, it's family. It doesn't matter. You know who's in your life and who's supportive, but we're getting 2 court cards showing up in your house of home. So again, it's reinforcing this idea that you have a lot of people around you who really want you to succeed. And that may be why they're coming in now, or why they're being so supportive now, because the universe wants you to stop rejecting whatever this is that you're meant to put out into the world, to use that Reiki healing example. So then, you know what? These 2 court cards are also giving me this idea of a lot of people who are confident in you. So, okay, yeah, that's what it is. I was struggling to get that message, but there's people who are telling you, be the Reiki healer. You're very good at it. Be the screenwriter. You're very good at it, or whatever that is for you. So specifically, make that make sense for you. But there are people who are cheering you on. Because as I went to go talk to you about the House of Enterprise, I was drawn back to them. So I know that these are linked, which they often are, which again is why I read them this way. But this 10th house of Enterprise is linked to your 4th house of home, because the people in your home are the things that help you stabilize what you're bringing into the world. And so with the Page of Pentacles falling in this position, it almost couldn't be more perfect, because what this tells me is that even though you may not believe in yourself, because all these people do, this Page of Pentacles is building that from the ground up. You're starting that Reiki business. You're getting one client. You're writing the screenplay. You've written a whole scene now. Like, this Page of Pentacles tells me that you're on your way to doing this, that you're getting a strategy in place to make a choice to build this, whatever this is, because you're making a job change. So again, this could apply to a relationship. This does not have to be about work. But again, I'm just using that same example to show you what's happening in this energy. But then we have the 8 of Swords. So I can tell with this 5 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords that you keep talking yourself out of doing whatever this thing is that you're meant to do. But these people in your energy are going to become very important players in giving you that confidence boost to keep going and to do it, because the world needs that. That's why you're here. So then in the House of Pleasure, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So I think that these people around you are giving you that, you like to be around people, you like the camaraderie, you like the support, and that is giving you the pleasure to do it, because they're coming in with the sun. So I know that they provide you with a lot of optimism. They want to help you. I'm getting these reinforcing and reoccurring messages of these people really wanting you to succeed and showing you just how good you are at doing this, and they want to help you do that. They may not be Reiki healers themselves or screenwriters themselves, but they want to support you in the emotional ways and maybe even financial ways, because we do see a King of Pentacles here, so that you can pursue your dreams, because they can see you're talking yourself out of it. With a 5 of Pentacles and an 8 of Swords, you are definitely talking yourself out of this very spiritual thing you're meant to bring to the world. In the House of Blessings, we have the Six of Wands. I love seeing this here, and here's why. The more you do this, the more you do this Page of Pentacles energy and you build one brick at a time, this business, this screenplay, whatever this is for you, the universe is going to give you enough successes with the Six of Wands. The universe is going to show you, let's say you bring in one Reiki client and then all of a sudden that person starts to have a change in their health or a change in their stress levels or a change in their sleeping abilities. And that's how you're going to know. The universe is going to bless you with enough success in this situation so that you can distance yourself from this doubt and this idea that they're going to reject you, that it's going to clear out this blockage that you're creating for yourself. These people are giving you the confidence to get that first client, but then the universe is going to give you that confidence to keep going. So then in the house of health and service, we have the Emperor. So this feels to me like, again, the same thing that kind of the Queen of Pentacles was telling me, that you take care of a lot of business. You take care of 20 things before you even have your first cup of coffee. That's what this is telling me. There are people probably you take care of. You might be managing a lot of people. You could be managing something, your work, your current work, all of these people who support you, you could be taking care of them. So this is really telling me that on a day-to-day basis, you're taking care of a lot of stuff. And that's coming in with the moon. But I think the moon is saying that it's almost this idea that this is coming to a close, that you are wrapping something up when it comes to your everyday work. And I was getting that too with this Two of Swords, that it feels like you are distancing yourself from it, deciding that it's no longer for you, putting an end to it is what I'm getting with the Moon card. That is this feeling of whatever you used to do is just not the thing you're meant to do. And your soul's pull is so strong right now. It's like you're really being tempted into doing whatever this is. We see the Nine of Cups here. So whatever your dream is, you're being really pulled to it more than ever right now. And then we see the Devil card here in the House of Sacrifice. So that's an interesting place for that to fall, because it feels like you're meant to sacrifice something that's bad for you, but yet if the Devil card is falling in this position, you're resistant to doing it. So this gives the feeling of, and this is just an example, this gives the feeling of an addiction or something that you know is bad for you. You're very aware that it's bad for you with the Devil. You're very aware that you're attached to it, but you don't want to do anything to give that up. And that's coming in with the Seven of Cups. So this idea that you might be deluding yourself about one aspect of yourself, there's a shadow aspect of yourself that's really coming through. This is a very clear combination. When I see the Devil and the Seven of Cups together, this is a very clear combination of avoidance, that you're just avoiding taking on this situation. You're avoiding confronting this problem. You're avoiding progress. I think it's separate from the rest of this reading. I think that most of this is very clear, that you're putting something to an end, you're leveling up, you're trying to put something into humanity, you have people cheering you on, trying to talk you out of your self-doubt. The universe is going to show you successes, bring you all these really beautiful people to help you push this along. But then in this house, it's like this one last thing that's hanging on. So if it's you overindulge in something, if you drink too much, if you eat too much, if you shop too much, if you're addicted to love, whatever that is, it's like, this is just saying, it's pointing this out to you that there is something here that's still hanging on that just needs to be addressed. But overall, the month of November looks pretty exciting for you. Listen to the people around you. When they say, go do that thing, go compose that music, go whatever it is that you want to do. When these people around you who are super supportive and collaborative and optimistic, when they tell you to go do it, listen to them. Listen to your friends. You have very good people around you who want to guide you in the right direction. It's your own self-doubt that's in the way. So it's time right now to listen to your support system, because they're on your side. So there you go. That is our collective reading. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.